For income property, tell us about long term.
It's a long-term investment. It's not a short-term flip. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Things are going to happen. You're going to have an HVAC go out, and that's going to be anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, and you're going to cry, and it's a hard to bill to pay, but you got to look at the numbers and realize that this is a long-term thing. The tenants are covering your nut. They are paying for your investment while they have a place to stay. And hopefully you've also picked an area that is appreciating as well. So you have those two things going on at once. You can't let little hiccups bother you or worry you. There might be some properties that you need to sell that haven't fit your portfolio that you need to get rid of, and then you need to bring in others. But you can't just say, all right, I'm going to be an investor and go out there and buy 12 or 15 properties. I think, you said you had a friend that was doing or someone you knew that was doing 2 or 3 a year. It's probably an excellent plan. Build up that portfolio, but this is a long-term gig. It's not something you can do real quick.
Yeah, and I buy about 2 a year, and that's all the time I have to upfit. And you were saying the air conditioner goes bad, and that is a problem. But also, when you're buying houses for the rental market, in a lot of ways, I assume the AC is bad unless it proves otherwise. And so far, I've got 12 residential units. I have one that I didn't replace within the first 18 months to 2 years because they were all on their last legs. If you allow a dying air conditioner to go, if it's a 15-year-old air conditioner on a house, the efficiency's not there, it's dying, it's annoying your client, your tenant. So when I look at the price that I'm willing to pay, in all honesty, I look at them, I'm like, I got $5,000 on an air conditioner. That's now 7. They've gone up over the last few years, but $7,000 on an air conditioner. And if I got a shingle roof and the house is for sale and it's at a reasonable price, odds are I got $7,000 in a roof. And I put a metal roof on it so that I don't have to do it again. So when I look at a house that's on the market for $85,000, the fact of the matter is it's really a $105,000 to $110,000 house by the time I replace the air conditioner, replace the roof, all which are going to happen in the first few years. And in all likelihood, what people don't look at is you probably have to replace the treads on the steps and the handrails on all of your porches, because usually those are in bad shape. People don't sell a house when it's new. They sell a house when it's 15 or 20 years old, and that's when the decks and the AC and all that stuff are going bad. It's all the math, it's all the maintenance. So you got to roll it all together. None of it is isolated, but you take care of it. In the long term, it's going to pay off. But you buy $85,000 house, you rent it for $1,000 a month, and have $20,000 in maintenance in the first 2 years. You're shaking your head. But after that, once you have the house itself, I call it getting it under control, that's when the money is made. And it's after the first couple of years. It is a long-term investment, and you're not going to turn money in them early on. And then as far as the long-term goes, I also, once I'm renting it, a lot of people who I've discussed, when they talk to me about it, they're like, well, man, you're getting $1,000 a month for it now, but in 2 years you'll be able to get $1,300 a month for it. That may be true, but I am not very likely to jack the rent on people who are living somewhere, because by the time you increase the rent, they move out, you have it a month on the market for someone to move in a month later, and it takes you a month to get it ready to really show and get everything done. You've lost 2 or 3 months of rent, and making up $3,000 at $200 a month takes a while to do. And if you've got a good tenant, you can't look at that kind of appreciation. It's a long-term deal, not a short-term. Your tenants appreciate you. You look at it long-term, they will too. Hopefully you keep them.